All right, good morning everyone. Thank you all for being here today. My name is KANE. I'm the Chief Economist for Green Homeowners United, which is an organization, energy efficiency and weatherization firm that helps people identify what improvements they can make to fight climate change, reduce their utility bills, and now we're happy to say create good living wage union jobs in Milwaukee County. We are here with a lot of other organizations and homeowners and people who are all of the belief that fighting climate change, creating good living wage jobs, specifically for the residents of not just this county, but on the north side, south side, all over the place, good living wage jobs for the people who've often been left out of economic opportunity, are not mutually exclusive ideas, but something we could actively push for today. And thanks to the work of folks at the city level and public policymakers at the federal and state level, we believe that this kind of work is not just possible, but will actively be happening very soon. And we are proud to be one of the many organizations that are going to be helping to push, specifically to help people upgrade their homes to reduce carbon emissions from it. According to the National Resource Defense Council, major environmental organization, residential energy efficiency is the single biggest thing that society can do to cut carbon emissions, even more than making every car an electric vehicle on the road. Now that does not mean that that's all we should do, but it does mean that we all need to be screaming from the rooftops, so to speak, that we can upgrade lots of beautiful, albeit older, homes. Whether it's things like insulation, heating system, solar panels, water efficiency. We have the opportunity not just to make our homes more comfortable, more energy efficient, higher value, but to create good living wage careers. Not just gigs, but careers in a new economy that has the chance to be good for the people, good for the planet, and good for the home and the workers. And so we're joined here by a lot of individuals who are going to speak to why this matters and why this is important now. Right now, the city of Milwaukee is helping people get access to additional funds to help them upgrade their home to be energy efficient, to replace heating systems and to insulate attics and walls. It's also helping people who are home buyers access funds to make it easier to purchase homes. And in many cases, that can be a green home through green mortgages that, green mortgages that allow people to, when they buy or refinance, like I did, like many of those wearing this Green Homeowner, Proud Green Homeowner t-shirts did, upgrade their home with the bank paying the cost of it and paying it off over time from the utility bill savings, effectively letting people move who they pay away from We Energies, temporarily to the bank, but improving our homes in the process. So whether it's with us or many of the other organizations that are helping to replace water heaters, install windows, any of those sort of things, we have the chance to cut carbon emissions and create good living wage jobs. So someone who knows that very, very well, why this matters and why the city and county and state have been actively pushing this, is a friend of mine, State Representative Supreme OMAKUNDE, and I'm going to let him talk about it better than I'll ever be able to.
So thank you, Kevin, and as he stated, we are friends. Kevin has been very diligent on this issue over a period of time, and I want to thank him for that. I also want to talk about why we got started with this in the first place. I am, for those of you who don't know me, State Representative Supreme OMAKUNDE, representing the 17th Assembly District. Prior to my term in the State Assembly, I served on the Milwaukee County Board of Supervisors, where we created the City-County Task Force on Climate and Economic Equity. And one of the reasons that we created the City-County Task Force was to figure out we were in this great period of time where we could combine our need to fight climate change and achieve climate justice and create good, sustainable, green jobs, jobs that we had lost through deindustrialization and other places. So I'm glad that we're able to come and at this precipice and meet with these two different things and create these kind of good, long-term, living wage, sustainable careers for individuals in green technology and green infrastructure. And so whether we're talking about on-bill financing, whether we're talking about putting solar panels on roofs, whether we're talking about retrofitting homes, etc., all of these can be green jobs that we really want individuals to come and be a part of and learn a new trade and be a part of this great achieving of reducing our greenhouse gas emissions and getting us as close to net zero as possible by 2030. And so that's one of the reasons that we created. We talked about jobs and equity and being intentional about those who are often intentionally left out of the process. when we talk about black and brown folks on the north side, when we talk about black and brown folks on the south sides of the city, when we talk about those who are typically told where there is no jobs here, and somebody is behind the door creating jobs for their own communities. And so we know that Milwaukee will be the ground zero for these kinds of jobs, and we're glad to be partnered with all different individuals where we're talking about retrofitting and making green homes available, green businesses, green infrastructure, etc. So again, I want to thank my good friend Kevin KANE and everybody here today to talk about green industry and green jobs and green careers going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, State Representative. And we are, to us, fighting climate change is extremely important, but we would be missing an opportunity to really improve and build in Milwaukee if we don't also take the opportunity to create good living wage careers for people doing this work. And so we at Green Homeowners United are not only proud to have some workers here with us, both within Green Homeowners United and outside who support us, but to be the first energy efficiency weatherization organization that is union here in Milwaukee County. And we're proud to say that we joined with the laborers union to be able to do that, to make sure that workers are receiving not just good pay, but health insurance and pension after they work enough hours. But not only is it very important for my family as far as how my family was able to get in the middle class were the unions that my family historically were part of, but we want to make sure that union homes are also the ones we get a chance to upgrade. And so I also want to introduce somebody who knows labor very, very well and also supports our mission in trying to create good living wage green homes and jobs. And that is Pam Fenn from both the laborers and from the Milwaukee Area Labor Council.
Thank you.
Here.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Pam Fent. I'm a member of Laborers Local 113, and I do research for the Laborers Union across the state. And I'm also the elected president of the Milwaukee Area Labor Council. I'm really pleased to be with you here today to talk about the tremendous opportunity to upgrade literally hundreds of homes in the Milwaukee area and to make them safe and energy efficient to combat the problems of lead in homes that hurt our children and to add weatherization technology to them to help lower homeowners' heating costs as well as lowering greenhouse gas emissions. So funds recently allocated by the Milwaukee Common Council will help make this happen. But if, as Kevin stated, if we're not making sure that the opportunities that we're creating are high-skilled living wage careers, then we're not fully building up Milwaukee the way that we could be in an economically sustainable way. Right now across the metro area, union plumbers are replacing water heaters with high-efficiency models. Union electricians are installing solar panels all across the state. And now union laborers are at work insulating and air sealing homes in Milwaukee to make them energy efficient. And I'm proud to say that the Laborers Union is the most diverse across the entire state of Wisconsin, and we're happy to welcome all the new workers that will be working on these projects into our union. So together we will make sure we are building family supporting careers at the same time that we are combating climate change. The opportunity is right now through Milwaukee's ME2 program at the city and working with mortgage lenders, as Kevin explained. And we expect the Rescue Plan Act investments as well as the coming infrastructure bill. We strongly support the bipartisan infrastructure framework to create even more opportunities. There will be a local career track in greening thousands of residential and commercial buildings, lowering costs and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. It's truly exciting to see all of the opportunity before us in Milwaukee, and we can't wait to get to work. Thank you.
Thank you, President Fenn. So we are going to get a chance to hear from one of our fellow green homeowners today who can help draw attention to a couple of city programs that are going to be in place right now that residents can take advantage of today or even additional ones that will be happening relatively soon. So right now, the City of Milwaukee's ME2 Energy Efficiency Program is providing extra resources for people to replace their heating system, to insulate their attic, and to reduce how much air drafts go in and out of the home, air leakage and encouraging air sealing. But homeowners need to take advantage of this before December 31st. And so this is the main thing we want to draw attention to. Our fellow residents have the chance to not only improve how comfortable their home is, cut their carbon emissions, save money, and help create good living wage jobs if they take advantage of the resources that are available to city residents right now. Additionally, the city right now is helping first-time home buyers with down payment assistance, which is allowing them to not only purchase homes more affordably, but in some cases, purchase a green home through green mortgages that many banks, including but not limited to Associated Bank, are already doing here in Milwaukee County. Unfortunately, one of the people who were going to speak to that today had car problems and could not come to that, but we can connect her to you all later. And then lastly, we're going to get a chance to hear a little bit about how the city of Milwaukee is going to be in the very near future trying to integrate the goal of addressing lead and energy efficiency in similar homes. But I'll leave that to one of our other extremely capable speakers. But so first I want to hear from somebody whose house we were going to be in front of today were it not for the weather, and that's Steve O'Connell. Come on up, Steve.
Good morning to all of you. My name is Steve O'Connell, and I live at 3810 North 56th Street. And my wife and I, over the last couple of years, have really begun to look at our house, built in 1939. And we've come to the realization that it's not just cars that need to be clean, et cetera, et cetera. We came to the realization that our house needs to be part of this movement. So over the last 5 years, we have made 5 different decisions to begin to green our house. The first thing was we disconnected from We Energies. We went with an alternate energy company, and that has worked well for us. The second thing we did was we decided to look at our windows, old windows throughout the whole house. And so floor by floor over the last 3 years, we made the decision to renew the windows, to change the windows. The fourth thing we began to look at is our furnace and our hot water heater. Old, old, old. And then there was the air conditioner that was created on some aircraft carrier somewhere along the line. And so those kinds of steps were important to us. And then as a member of the Sherman Park Eco Group, I came to the realization that I needed to walk the walk. That's where we joined ME2 and that program for the city. And thus this year, we looked at our attic, we began to look at all the ventilation in the house, and we began to look at the air leakage in the house. And once we looked at the air program, it was a leaky house. The realization that all of this energy is just going outside. And so we came to that realization, and thus we joined the program. And so the house is not leaking, the ventilation is all cleaned up, and the attic is now insulated. Amazing the difference it's made for us. So we've been very pleased with the program. And the paperwork, everything was so smooth. And so now our house, praise the Lord, is an energy efficient house.
Thank you, Steve. So these are the kind of programs that people have access to right now, resources from the city's ME2 program to help insulate attics, to help address drafts in the home, to replace heating systems, and in some cases even help a little bit with windows replacement as well, although usually it's those main first two that are the most important. One person who couldn't be here today, but she asked me to tell her story, was Justin and Trinity Raspberry, who recently not only just got married this weekend, but are finishing the purchase of their first home. And they wanted to be here today because they are one of the few people, hopefully beginning of many, many, who not only were able to take part in a green mortgage purchase of their new home, but they've also been able to combine that with the City of Milwaukee's down payment assistance program. They were able to qualify for about $7,000 from the City of Milwaukee's down payment program, combined with another $4,000 from Associated Bank's program to help with down payment assistance, and Associated Bank's green mortgage program, which allowed them to roll in the cost of things like air sealing the home, windows, water heaters, water efficiency improvements, where every dollar they spend is at least $1 off the utility bills in that way. So they are saving money, helping cut carbon emissions, and taking advantage of another city program that's going to allow people to go green and live affordably in this town. So we salute Steve, we salute those who are also in this room who also had the chance to upgrade their homes or are thinking about it, as well as Trinity and Justin. And so this community is beautiful. I feel so blessed to be able to be part and stand here in the Sherman Park neighborhood because there are a lot of extremely beautiful homes, but homes that also have the chance to have a lot of good and improvement done on the energy side. And so very few people that I know of know Sherman Park better than the Sherman Park Community Association. And so I want to get a chance to bring up Mabel Lamb from the Community Association.
Got to put my glasses on, can't see. Well, good morning. My name is Mabel Lamb. I am the Executive Director of the Sherman Park Community Association. And we want to thank Green Homeowners United for coming into Sherman Park to help us upgrade our housing stock. It is really important that our homes reduce their energy burdens and people are healthy in their houses. But in February of 2021, Sherman Park became an eco neighborhood. We partnered with the City of Milwaukee's eco office, and from that we were able to utilize some of the resources that came with being an eco neighborhood, which came through the Eco Neighborhood Toolkit. We strive to connect residents to cities' various environmental resources like the energy efficiency, the housing rehab, lead-safe homes and education, beautification projects, urban gardening, food security, litter cleanups and education on waste reduction, street safety, climate education, green jobs, which where we are now is our workforce development piece. So we are extremely excited in Sherman Park that we have the opportunity. I think we're on home number 4, working on these energy efficiencies, the retrofits and the upgrades to improve the quality of life in each and every home in Sherman Park. So I thank you again, Kevin, for the opportunity to be here and everyone that's here that supports this initiative. Thank you.
So we're extremely thankful that the City of Milwaukee is helping to make homes more environmentally conscious, but we also want to make sure that we address environmental justice. And so a lot of emphasis is going to be put in, thanks to the City of Milwaukee's Common Council and the use of the federal ARPA funds, on lead abatement, lead investigation, just general safety in the home, but also how to integrate that with energy efficiency. And so I want to bring up the chairperson of COLE, the Coalition on Lead Emergency, Richard Diaz.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Richard Diaz. I am the chair of the Coalition on Lead Emergency, and I'd like to thank Kevin KANE and Green Homeowners United for inviting us here today. If you haven't noticed, the City of Milwaukee has multiple issues. We're talking about lead-poisoned children, somewhere between 9 and 10% of all kids, and in certain census tracts, we're talking 20 to 30% of kids who are lead-poisoned. And those are the ones that are just tested, right? And we also have an energy efficiency disparity where for black households, the City of Milwaukee ranks among the top 10 cities in the nation for high energy burdens. And that's unjust. We need a bigger investment and a bigger commitment to both energy efficiency and lead abatement work. The City of Milwaukee previously did not have enough resources to fund its health department to give services to every lead-poisoned children at the CDC's defined definition of lead poisoning, which is 5 micrograms per deciliter. They had enough money to give services via lead abatements and lead risk assessments to children who test at 20. And if you know anything about lead poisoning, you know, testing at 5 is already pretty bad. That means lifelong mental and emotional challenges. So with the city's commitment to the American Rescue Plan dollars, with $26 million of that being to go towards lowering the actionable level to 10 micrograms per deciliter, we have an opportunity to serve more kids. And while we're getting in those homes to lead abate and do lead risk assessments, we also have the opportunity to do energy efficiency and weatherization work. Green Homeowners United is ahead of the curve nationwide, because this is going to be the only contractor among a handful of contractors across the nation that can do both energy assessments and lead risk investigations. You know, I feel honored here to represent my coalition, and I'd like to give a shout out to Pam Ricker from Clean, Wisconsin, also Jermaine Alexander from Sherman Park Community Association. You know, we have to get this done, and we have to get this done right. And through the Green Homeowners United model, we combine saving the world and cleaning up environmental remediation and making homes more energy efficient while providing good paying union jobs for entry-level workers. You know, so this is a multi-pronged issue. We touch on wealth building. We touch on workforce development. Through abating homes, we touch on violence prevention. More than anything, we provide opportunity to those that have been historically marginalized forever, since America's inception. So I'd like to thank Kevin and Green Homeowners United again for inviting us to be here. Thank you.
So we want to close on this idea that right now a lot of attention is being put to making our homes more livable, more energy efficient, more socially conscious. Right now there are funds that the city has dedicated through the ME2 program that expire at the end of the year, so we encourage people to take advantage of them. We'll make sure to provide a list of what those rebates are to everyone who's here. And again, we want to thank everyone who's here. If you are wondering how to help, if you are wondering what to do, what I would say is, if you are living in the city of Milwaukee right now and you want to know if these rebates can apply to you, call us, and no cost we'll send an expert to your house to let you know if those rebates are for you or not. It determines if your attic's big enough, if there's a lot of insulation up there already. We will let you know. But also, even if you live outside the city of Milwaukee and you're wondering, how can I start? What can I do to help cut my carbon emissions, save on my utility bills, and help create jobs in the community? Get an energy assessment of your home. There are many professionals throughout southeastern Wisconsin who can come to your home and let you know ways to make your home more energy efficient, greener, and really a 21st century home. So we are a proud focus on Energy Trade Allies. There are many in town who can do this. We encourage you to do so. With that, I want to thank everyone for being here. Those who are here, I'm going to give all of you guys a very specific thing that you can do.